How's it going, everybody? This is ViperZeroOne, and once again we're going to take you into the multiplayer server here. I showed you in the last video a dwarf city that I'm working on, which is called Hammer End, and I wanted to take you in and show you another city that I'm working on, which is the human city. I like to flip back and forth from project to project just to keep my mind fresh. So I'm not, getting bored of a project or anything like that. So just keep bouncing back and forth with projects. Get inspiration for one project, hop to it, work on it. Get inspiration for another project, hop to it, work on it. And eventually all the projects end up getting done roughly around the same time. So I wanted to take you in and show you the human city I started tonight. I'm actually calling it, here actually I'll take you in first. So as you can see, it's an elevated castle. And here we are at the gates of Castle Aerios. Now the gates are nothing special. It's just iron bars. I might make it more flamboyant later. Right now I'm just trying to get the general design of the castle down pat. So you can see I've done a fair bit of work in this area. The first half of the castle. So this would be where you'd have shops and different things like that. Probably a marketplace. I've got 4 general structures. Whoops, I didn't mean to bust the door off. Need to fix that. There we go. So I've got 4 general structures that are just like this. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with them yet. If you have any ideas, feel free to let me know. They're fairly small structures. They all have glass roofs. Well, I wouldn't say small structures. They're actually good sized structures, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not huge. I'm also going to be building an underground to the castle, which is why I've elevated it so much. There's definitely enough room to have an underground without actually going into the ground. Also, the gate works. Unfortunately, this one here is delayed, and there's nothing I can do about it. I've tried delaying the top one. I've tried delaying these 3 to slow it down to enough for the the current to go all the way around and get to this one, but it hasn't worked. That's as close as I can get it. Anyway, so this is the main area. This is where you would enter, you'd come in, you'd be wowed by the fountain, which is nothing special, but this is a building that I've outlined. I haven't actually made the building yet, as far as the interior or the front and the back. Eventually there will be a front here, there will be a back to it, and this will be a building that you pass through. It'll probably be a barracks building. It'll be 2 floors, probably having the second floor around here. Consequently, yes, I did build this entire thing by hand, meaning that some people might notice the tool here and say, oh, you've got World Edit. Well, yeah, I do have World Edit, but the only thing I use World Edit for is saving. I don't actually use World Edit for anything else. Well, and leveling. I did cheat and leveled the area where I started this castle. But those of you who have World Edit know that there's a lot you can't do with it. And there's a lot that you wouldn't want to do with it just because it takes away from the building. It takes away from the crafting. For example, I could just copy this column and paste it here, but then you got to play around with spacing and you got to play around with everything. It's much easier just to go, okay, column 1, 2, 3, 4, da 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 da, you know, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have to stand over here maybe, and then paste, and oh, it's not in the wrong place, so I have to undo and then go over here and paste. It's just much easier to do it by hand. This floor I might actually raise. I think I'll raise that one. Mental note. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that now. I'll do that later. I'll finish showing you around. So this is going to be the main castle. And the main structure in the fort. It's going to have multiple levels, as you can tell. The first floor is going to be roughly 7 blocks high. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and roughly that'll get me to the roof roughly. Actually, make this one lower, this one lower, one lower, one lower, and then the roof will end up being right there, which is perfect. So there you go. There's my planned layout for my floors. So as you can see, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 floors, plus the roof, of course. You'll be able to walk around on the roof. So there's going to be a lot going on in there. The sub-levels will probably be basically sewers. I might actually put some residents down there kind of attached to the sewers. Ninja Turtle style, you know. Well, that'll be for the hobos and, you know, the people who can't afford to live above ground. Not that there should be any of those, but I mean, let's get real. In a Minecraft or in a medieval setting, there were more poor people than rich. Actually, even today, I guess there's more poor people than rich. So that, in a nutshell, is the castle. Once again, I'm calling it Castle Aerios. When 1.9 comes along, they're saying that we'll have to do a map wipe. This will, of course, be saved, as will Hammer End, as will the spawn building. Oh, speaking of which, let me see here if I can navigate to the spawn so you can get a general idea of where the heck this is. Just in case you want to take a look. I believe the spawn is this way. Starting to get in some trees, that's a good sign. And there's actually sheep in the trees. Nice. And it should be around here somewhere. There it is. So there's our welcome center. So it's roughly that away from the welcome center. In case anybody wants to check it out. So this is ViperZeroOne signing off. Everybody have a great night. It's actually 3 AM where I'm living right now. I know this is on YouTube, so it might be daytime where you are, it might be nighttime. Anyway, have a great night, have a great day, have a good morning, whatever. See you guys later.